Are you intimidated by the WordPress block editor? If so, I know it can be intimidating, but let me break it down for you. Welcome to the WordPress tutorial beginner to advanced part 10. So in this part, I'll be showing you how you can get your website or WordPress website ready for the full site editing experience. If this is your first time here, don't forget to like this video, subscribe, and turn on the notification bell as it will help this channel grow. Right? To get started, we need to go to our dashboard. And then when you're on your dashboard, you check your appearance and then you see themes. Just ensure that the theme you are using is a full site editing theme, right? It can be my theme, which you have access to soon. Then it can be generate blog themes, it can be 2025 or 2026, 2027 theme, right? To get started, you need to first have some basic setup before you can even start building pages and the likes. So if you want to get started, you need to have some global setup. And to do that, you need to do that in your editor. So when you click on editor, it takes you to the exact WordPress editing area. So this is the WordPress editing area, right? Don't forget we are on the Learning WP localhost that we set up, right? You can see design, you see navigation, you see styles, you see pages, you see templates, and you see patterns. What are the meanings of these things? So navigations are, when you visit the website, you see at the top, you see the logo, you see home, about, services, blogs. Those are navigations, right? You also see styles. Styles in this sense here is we are using 2025 theme and it is made by WordPress itself. So it has some styles that has already been made that you can choose from, right? Then pages. Pages are the pages in your website. Your home, your about, your contact, your services. So if you want to create pages, you can do that here, or you go to the page, the dashboard, and still do it. And then you see templates. When you are working on a website, either you are building it from the very scratch, custom code or not, right? You see a need for templates. Templates are the structure you want a particular page or pages to look like. So let's say you want all your pages to look like this. You want all your pages to look like this. Maybe you have the page title, the page featured image, and then you want to this post title, right? So the template is a way for you to structure how a particular page is going to look like or pages. So you can have the same template for all your pages, all right? They won't contain the same content, but the structure will be the same, all right? And then patterns. Patterns are more like reusable blocks, right? I'll just show you how to create all of these. So patterns are like if you have a section that you want to reuse, or if you have designed something on a page that you think will be reused in another page, you can turn it to a pattern. Then when you turn it to a pattern, the thing is WordPress also allows you to override the content of that pattern that you create. Like if the section or the block you are turning to a pattern has a title, a subtitle, a description, a button, you'll be able to override those elements or those blocks when you reuse that particular pattern that you create. All right. Programmatically, if you're a developer, if you can code, you can also still create patterns, which is a cool thing about my full site editing theme that is coming. It has some pre-made patterns for you for homepage, for about, for services that you can just plug and play. Just pick the pattern, you edit the content, publish your site. All right. So what is the first thing to do now? So when you're in your design, the first thing to do is to go to your style. So when you go to style, it has improved. The full site editing has improved, right? When you go to your style, you see styles here, right? You can browse styles. Then you see typography, you see colors, you see background, you see shadows, and then you see layout. All right. So when you see these things, these are the settings, like these global settings you can do to have a robust, to have a smooth experience with full site editing or block editor on your WordPress. All right. So you can see if you want to browse style, you can see like various style variations that's already made. You're not going to see this in every theme. This is particular to this particular theme that we are using. This is particular to 2025. It's not made for just one person. So depict it with the mind of you. Just come in here, check a style that you like and use it. All right. So we are presently on the default style. All right. So the next thing for you to do is to set up your typography. Typography are the font families that you want to use. All right. And as usual, the theme also comes with two font family. It comes with Fira code and then Manro. You can easily add more fonts. Right. You can easily add more font family. Right. Either you download it online from fonts.google.com or you download it from any other website. But you can easily add more fonts. All right. So when you want to add a font that is not here, probably you have a structured design that you want to follow, you can click on this. And then when you click on that, it takes you to your fonts library. So you can see the font we already have. You can also see upload. All right. So when you want to upload, just ensure whatever font you're uploading is in any of these formats, either in true type format, OTF, WOFF, or WOFF2. Right? It has to be any of these formats. So if you have a font like this, just click here, right? I think I have one. Can click here, then go to your device. Okay, I have space grotesque. Right, let me check space grotesque. All right, so I copied everything. If you also have like a variant, a variable you see when you download the font, you may have like a variable format. So when you see a variable format, you can just select it so that that will be the only one you need. So you can like have a variation of different weights of that font. All right. So if you check now, you see that I already have space grotesque. Right. The error we saw earlier was because there are some variations that are the same. Right. So you see if you click on it, you see all these variations. So you can have the light, you can have normal, you can have medium, you can have semi bold and bold. Right. That's it. It's as simple as that. You already have your custom fonts that you download from font.google.com. Yeah. Right. Now that you have it like that, it will be in your fonts. It will be in your font. So you can decide to use the one you have or use the one provided by the theme that you are using. All right. So how do you use these fonts? So you can then test. Test will be like your paragraphs in your website. Right. So when you click on that, we're still on style, don't forget. So when you click on that, you can select the fonts that you want to use. Right. You can select the font that you want to use. Just checking at this right hand side, you see the differences in the font. Right. You notice the differences when I switch to Fira code. If I switch to Marok, you see the difference. So you must select the font that you want for your paragraphs on your website for the paragraphs. Right. You can also select the font size. You can select font size for all, just to ensure you have like a global system or global settings that you'll be working with. All right. So per se is medium. And you put it like that, it'll be medium. And the cool thing about Z 2025 is that the font size already took care of your desktop, your tablet, and your mobile devices, right? And then you can still go ahead to override, right? You can override. You can say you want it to be 2.5, right? You notice it's changing there, right? Or you can just put it in your large. If you want to see what the large looks like, just toggle on. You see it there. Right, let's stick to medium. So this is the appearance is just like the font weight. All right, it's the font weight. Supposing you are following a UI design, you see all the requirements, all the things you need to do. Right, you want it to be regular, it's regular. So if you choose it, if you pick regular like this, you will notice there are differences. Then the line height, how high the line of your paragraph be. You can have it like this. And the letter spacing, this will depend on your design, the design you are following. That is why it is best to have a custom design or a website you want to model in mind. You can't design anything from your imagination. It's either you craft it yourself, you draft it on a sheet of paper, or you have a custom UI that you want to follow. Then the letter case, this is still on your tests and your descriptions and the paragraphs. So it can never be uppercase. So you can choose any of any of these as you deem fit. So when you are done with that, you can go to your links, how you want your links to look like, and choose the font, also the size. This may not be necessary, the size may not be necessary. You can choose the appearance. Then you can choose if you want the links to be underlined or strike through or no line at all. When you are done with that, go back, you can choose your headings. So do you want to use a different font family for your headings for all of them, right? So you can just choose your favorite font family here. The moment you pick it, you notice the hello world changes, right? If I switch to Fira code, it will also change, right? So let's stick to space grotesque. I also shook the front weight and say semi bold. You notice the changes, all right? And then if you're unsure, ensure you compare the font, how it looks on your website, to the way it looks on font.google.com or Adobe font or whatever fonts you choose to use. You can also see the line height and the letter spacing. This is for your headings, right? So when you are done, you can go back to pick the next. You can go back to pick the next elements. It can be caption for images. Then it can be your buttons. So how do you want the buttons on your page to look like, right? So you can choose the font family you want to use for it. Then the size of the text in the button, and choose the font weight, choose the line height. Don't forget, all these will be coming from the UI. So that is why it's best to Google online, look for a free UI design and translate it to a live website. Get used to that idea, get used to that method. You cannot just sit down and imagine things, right? Then the line spacing, right? So also go back, and do you have any other setting? When you check your font sizes, you see the small, the one that we're dealing with, you see the medium, you see the large, you see extra large, extra large, right? You may want to have custom font size. Just click on plus. So when you click on plus, you can edit it. This is how I did it. When I click on plus, it drops down. You can edit it. Then this will be showing you how it will look like. Then you can pick the size, right? You can actually click here to rename it. Let's have it as custom one, right? Rename this to custom one. Okay, so fluid typography, it means it will scale the font size dynamically to fit the screen size of viewport, all right? So either the biggest, like the highest, the maximum value will be for your laptop, desktop, while the minimum value will be for your mobile phone. So it's going to scale down. You don't have to be specifying another font size for tablet. You don't have to specify another font size for mobile. All right. So let's say our maximum would be 60 pixel, and the minimum would be 32. Right. So when you have it like this, you can see how it looks like here. Right. So we already have our custom font size. So it will be here. Right. You can also still check the ones that come with the theme. You can modify to suit whatever you want to do, to suit your design, all right, or to suit your brand identity, right? So when you are done with the styles like that, and you are done with the styles, you check your typography, then you can also come back to your colors, right? You see, like, this is the default template or palette we have in the color, right? So you see if you click on it, you can see these are the colors we have that comes with this particular style that we choose, right? So if you switch to another style, it's going to give you different color. You notice if you switch to another style, it's going to give you different color. So, but don't forget, this does not come with everything. This is particular to this 2025. If I have a website or I have a theme that will be for commercial use, I can include this based on how I see people use websites or build their website. But if it's a custom theme, I'm not going to have palettes or styles. I only have one. Or if my client requires, he or she has like a different style that he can always pick or choose from. All right. So can have that. But most of the time, 99% of the time, if you are working on a custom design, to be just one color, one style, or one custom color palette. All right, you can see the color code here. So if you want to have a custom color, just click plus icon here. Then you can click on that color cycle, then you pick the color or drop the color code here. Let's say you are working from a design or UI design. You definitely get the color code. You can just put it here. Then when you are done, you can rename it to see our color. Leave it like that. If you want to remove, just click on this dash. Or if you are done, you can just click on done. You see your custom color here, right? So if you want to also see, you see you can like edit the color that comes with the theme. All right. You also click on this dot dot dot. You can reset the color. You can show details. So that is it about color palette. And don't forget the styles. This color palette comes with the theme. You are not going to see it like that for every theme. Work with if this theme is a full site editing theme. All right. So when you are done with your color, you can then go to background. So you may not do much here. Background is just like the whole background of your website. Do you want to have an image on your background? But most of the time, it just you are not doing anything here, right? You are not using any background image. There's no need. But if you want to have a background image on your website, all right, that you may want to set this up. But if you're not doing it, you go back. Shadows. Shadows are just like both shadows, right? You can see how it looks like, right? You can see them. So you can reset, play with these values to change how it looks like. So it just gives you, if you want to use a drop shadow on any block or any element in the block editor, just pick from what you already set up, what you already customized. As usual, you can also still create your own, apart from what comes with the theme, right? Right. So for the layout, which is one of the most important things, so for the layout, this is just a dimension on your website. And for this layout, it usually comes from the design you are following, right? So you can set the width of the main content area. This is the content area. When if you are walking along with me now and you check this 2025, like just visit a page, you see that the content area is just be 645 pixel. So wide, wide is like the container that contains the content, right? You have 1340 pixel. So padding top and bottom, you see padding top and bottom is 0. So there's no padding at the top, there's no padding at the bottom. So, but padding left and right of that container, of that layout is, if you look at it, is regular. So you can switch it to whatever value you want. Right? It can be 100, it can also pick from here. Right? So block spacing is the space in between your blocks, like the space in between blocks. Let's say you have a group of block in the same container or in the same group. If you have a group and I have like 2, 3 blocks inside that group, the space in between them, that is your block spacing. So you can play around with it to have like a global block space. You can modify it when you're actually building the theme, but this is to give you idea of a global block space. So when you are done, can check how it looks. Then you come back, you pretty done with your styles there. So others are customize the appearance of specific blocks for the whole site. So when you go to blocks, you see all the blocks. These are the blocks. These are the default blocks that come with WordPress block editor, right? This is not particular to this theme. It's particular to any full site editing theme that you have. So you can style how you want your paragraph to look like, how you want your image to look like, how you want your headings to look like, how you want your list to look like, list item, codes, archives, audio, button. So let's say you want to work on your image, you click on image like that. You want it to be rounded, right? If you want it to be rounded, you can like just like you are resetting what is already done on the image, right? There are two variations or two styles for the image. You can have like a default, you can have rounded. If you want the image to enlarge when your user, your visitor click on it, you can set this up. There's also an advanced area where you can have like a class name. If you already know about HTML, before you can style that image with custom CSS, you need to have a class name for it. So maybe you want to have like a global class name for all your images. You can have that here. But when you use the image inside a post, inside a page, you have the option to like add a class name that you want for that particular area. So you can see, can resize the radius. You can see the rounded is gone. So this is will be based on your interests, based on what you want to do. All right. So you see the style variation here. So the border radius. Do you want to have a drop shadow on your images? You can choose the border radius, border width, right? The draw tone is just like you modifying the color of the image, just like adding two colors together to make the image look a little bit different. So when you are done, this is for the image block itself, all right? So if you want to have a specific way you want your image block to look like across your sites, you can always like reimagine them or edit them or reconfigure them whenever you are using that specific block. All right. So when you are done, if you are done with any of these or you are done with all of them, all you have to do is click on review changes. You see all the changes you've made. Then you click on save. Give it some seconds and then your site will be updated. You can actually view sites to see the changes you've made. All right. So after that, you can go to your pages. These pages may not be done here, but you always see the pages that you have on your website. So you can always add pages, like you can create pages from here without going to the dashboard to create page. All right, you can see the pages that you have. You can see publish, schedule, draft, pending, private. You can also see the trash. All right, you can create pages from here. Just click on that page, it will create the pages automatically for you. All right, and then template. So when you click on template, you see all the templates that we have. So it's just a way to have a structure for your archives, for your blog homepage, for your index. Index will be like the homepage. If you don't have a static design, or if you don't have a custom design for your home, if you don't have a website that has like a home about that you want to make as static, don't forget in our previous classes, right? You see page no title. If you have a page that has no title, 404 page, templates that you want to display when there is no content, or maybe when the user click on the wrong URL, or you've deleted the content or the page or the post. Right? Pages is just like the template of all how your pages will look like, the structure it will follow. See template as the structure for a particular page. Right? Search result is the structure your search result pages will look like. So if anyone click on your search button, feeding, maybe they're searching for maybe the wig, the price of wig probably on your website. So for them to see the results, you need to have like a template for that particular page. So the search result template you see here, then single post. Single post is just like how a single post will look like, how you've structured it to look like, right? Don't forget, template is your page structure, the structure it will follow. Then if there are more, you always see WooCommerce, you always see the add to cart, checkout, depending on the post type. If you have event, you have event archive, single event, right? If you have jobs, you have job archive, single job. All right. So you go back to your patterns now. So you go back to your pattern, you see all the pattern that has been created here. Right? You see template, you see header, you see the footer, then you see general pattern, or you see all patterns. This comes with 2025 thing. All right. So in the next video, I'm going to show you how you can like structure your page, your pages, your page structure, how your page is going to look like before you are actually designing like that particular page or pages. Right? Don't forget. I hope this is not too much for you. Right? So don't forget to subscribe, like the video, turn on the notification bell, and share with your friends. Right? It will help this channel grow and it will help people to get used to and less be intimidated by block editor. Right? Don't forget to subscribe. I will see you in the next video where we actually show you how you can use the templates and the patterns to craft a beautiful web page.